So I always go to another medium sometimes to understand mine better.
The Amos concert is a special experience. A communion of the spirit with the high priestess of pop.
You're really there to kind of take people to the underworld. That's what you do. And everybody has to be given the liberty to bring whoever they want to bring.
Listen to Tori Amos songs and you get a patchwork of mythology, feminism, and personal experience. The self-revelatory lyrics have prompted comparisons to the woman many say started all this, Joni Mitchell.
The term confessional singer was in fact coined to describe Joni. Are you in the same mold?
The word confession to me means needing to be absolved. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking for people to understand. I'd like to think that I tell stories and sometimes my life weaves through it.
Amos's offbeat songs rarely get radio airplay, but she has sold millions of records, thanks to legions of loyal fans.
The one thing I've never done is follow the trends on the radio. I'm really just the Pied Piper. That's what I do.
Spectacular. Phenomenal. It's different than other people.
Tori Amos has always been different. She was a piano prodigy at 2. Her father is a Methodist minister, and she was raised in a strict Christian household. But Amos was encouraged to believe in her God-given talent.
Our whole life revolved around the church, so that the only time that I had a break from all that was when I would escape into the piano. So I created this whole other world that they couldn't get into.
God, sometimes you just don't come through.
Today, her music reflects a very eclectic outlook on God and religion.
God, sometimes you just don't come through.
Where does your religious or spiritual experience really fit in to your creativity right now?
My father's convinced that if I hadn't been a minister's daughter, I wouldn't have anything to write about.
I think she had to go out into the world and find her own faith.
Excuse me, but can I be you for a while? My dog won't bite if you sit real still. I got the Antichrist in the kitchen yelling at me again.
As a child, Amos studied classical piano at Baltimore's Peabody Institute. But by the time she was 13, she was a rebel who desperately wanted to compose and perform her own music. So her father did something unexpected. He took her to look for work at nightclubs in Washington, D.C.'s Georgetown section.
We had a problem of either doing that and getting her in an arena where she would continue her interest in the music, or maybe lose her in the teenage culture.
I was in, you know, disco gear, polyester pants and a polyester top, some platforms. And he would knock on these doors and he would say, "Hi, I'm Reverend Amos, and this is my daughter, and she's really talented." And hi. And will you give her a chance?
I gotta find why you always go when the wind blows.
In 1988, she released her first record, Why Can't Tori Read? It flopped.
It was very LA Sunset Strip, hair metal. It was a very callow record company attempt to try to fit her in with what they thought was a signature selling sound of the moment.
When you gonna make up your mind? 'Cause things are gonna change so fast.
Amos worked for 3 years on her next CD. This time, she insisted on doing things her own way. Original songs performed alone at the piano with no backup band. Little Earthquakes was released in 1992 to international critical acclaim and sold more than 1 million copies.
Sometimes I think you want me to touch you.
Her 1994 follow-up CD, Under the Pink, was even bigger.
Past the mission line and smell the roses.
Do you think your dad's comfortable with your success? At the same time, it questions a lot of stuff that his life has been about.
My dad likes my success. He enjoys it for a lot of reasons. Yes, he's proud of me, and so's my mom. But I think that, I also think he likes it that I stir it up, because he has questioned a lot of things that he preached about for so many years.
But her success was shadowed by a personal trauma. Amos had been raped in 1985.
The goal that my shrink had for me was that I could be intimate as a woman again eventually, and not be controlled by the way I was violated.
Amos, who has talked openly about her experience, founded RAIN, the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network.
1 out of every 10 children in America is sexually abused before the age of 18. Unlock the silence. If you need help, call RAIN, 1-800-6560.
Amos's openness about her personal life has led to an unusually intimate relationship with her fans.
There's nothing that makes you feel better inside than love or communicating. I mean, sometimes it gets quite fiery on stage. That's when it really becomes kismet, those moments of freedom to express yourself.
Tori Amos should be feeling pretty good these days. She'll be performing for the next 5 weeks, and she'll be traveling with her new husband, Mark Hawley, her sound engineer. One of Tori Amos's best friends is Alanis Morissette. Unlike Amos, Morissette had no problem getting her songs played on the radio, and in the clubs, and on the subway, and just about everywhere else for that matter. But it did take her a while to put out another album.